All right, welcome to Roleplay Cafe. This is John, and we are back with the One Ring. I believe this is the third session, right? Or is it the fourth? I don't know.
It's third.
We don't count
Second.
zero, right?
Else, yeah. So we got David,
Hello.
Doon, and Eric. We are missing Todd, and hopefully he will be back with us again next week. So the group has traveled from the Shire where they met with Daza Redhand, who is their patron for this campaign. Um, and they tasked the group with traveling to Moria and determining where his father's armor is. His father and his mother fled Moria when the Balrog was awakened, and they left the armor behind, and he needs it to prove his nobleness, noblehood. I'm not sure what the term is.
Nobility.
Nobility. There you go. To prove his nobility for the purposes of getting a seat on the council that will determine whether or not the dwarves will attempt to retake Moria. So the group set off from the Shire and arrived in Bree after several days. They helped some hobbits along the way, fixed a bridge, and arrived unscathed, a little bit tired, and headed into the Prancing Pony, where they started to get some food and drink, and eventually met with their Daz's contact here, who, Floki, who seems to be fairly well established in Bree. He is only here temporarily. He said that he was actually heading to the the festival in the Shire that the group saw that the hobbits were preparing for. But he is going to acquire some pony, or I think we established just one pony, right, for the
Mhm.
group.
Yeah.
Some supplies for their trip, whichever direction they decide to take off to Moria. And I believe the current plan is for you to go to Tharbad next,
Mhm.
if I remember correctly. Obviously, you guys can change that depending on what you encounter. Um, but uh, while you guys were talking to Floki, another dwarf burst into the Prancing Pony looking for some adventurers to help him
Oh,
uh, recover some sort of treasure or something that is north of here. Um, and the group decide, and he seemed to have some sort of reputation that Floki called him out on for um getting into trouble and maybe telling tall tales and that sort of thing.
Yeah, he really wants us to
Um,
go on this
but he's
quest.
hmm. I mean,
yeah,
really?
and
Maybe we should go.
while you were talking
For
to
speed
him,
running.
I think it was Borland that noticed a man come into um, the Prancing Pony. Um, and he sat at the bar in a position to be able to see the table that the four of you, Floki and uh, Jari, who is the name of the other dwarf. I'm not sure if I said that or not. And he seemed to make eye contact with Jari and then looked away. And he continued to glance over at the table the entire time you guys were talking. And I believe we were in the middle of the conversation, kind of ran out of time, and we needed to cut it short. So we can pick it up from there. You guys can ask some questions, either out of character to get a refresher on some of the things that Jari was saying about this treasure that he was looking for, or if you just want to dive into the role playing, we can do
did
that.
Did Floki give us something? I feel like he might have given us something.
For that.
No? Nothing?
Other than a headache.
No, just maybe I'm thinking of our patron gave us the deal. Family crest. That was from
the
Gaza.
only yeah, so that was the ring with his family's crest on it. You showed that, I believe you showed that to Floki to prove who you were. So there is something I thought I didn't get to this, but Floki has a letter that he would like you to deliver.
No, we didn't get to that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was the only thing I could think of.
Okay.
Would have given
Yeah,
you.
the last note I have is Joy tells us of a hidden treasure catch near Bree and wants our help a few days north.
Yeah, that was Jari wants us to go north.
Yeah, Jari, yeah.
There was something in a ravine or something? Some treasure fell down a ravine?
Yeah.
So yes, so the treasure, he says, is in a valley between two hills. So if we go back to the journey map, you can see that. Well, I guess you can't see it that well. If I move your token over, you can see that that Bree is at the bottom of these hills, and at the top of the hill is the Chetwood. And that is like the beginning of this hill area that stretches all the way up to the Weather Hills.
Oh, okay.
And you may remember Weathertop, which is right off of the road. That is the tallest hill in the Weather Hills, and that is where, in the movie, in the books, where they encounter the Nazgul and Frodo gets stabbed by.
Oh, they were that close to Bree, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we were just generally trying to placate Jari and say like, hey, we'll come back and help you on our way back. And he was being pushy, right? Like he was like, you guys,
yes, he was.
The treasure's not going to be there when you get back.
No.
You need some money to do that adventuring, don't you? Or like, hey, who told you?
Yeah, I mean his
right.
Yeah, so I mean, you did or I guess it was Floki let slip that you guys are headed to Moria, and his response to that is that Moria is not going anywhere, and he doesn't understand what the rush is for you to get to Moria when there's treasure so readily available near Bree.
Our heritage there, sir. That's why.
All right. So it sounds like you guys aren't actually interested in this. You're just giving them the runaround and trying to get more information out of them. Is that? I mean, we can. If you want to ask them more questions, you can.
Is there anything? I mean, I mean, my point of view is that it sounds a little bit risky, and actually, Cariel was the one who spotted the shady human guy.
Oh, it's Cariel. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
And I don't know if I told the because you guys are cousins, right? Two dwarves.
Yeah, we're cousins.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know if I told the cousins about that. yet because I think I was just keeping an eye on that guy. But I
Okay.
will just say that I will under my breath I will say that this diversion seems to not be worth our time or effort. With the risk.
Yeah, I mean, Bulky has kind of made it pretty clear that Jari is kind of a shyster. So
Hmm.
to me, that just seems like he's trying to pull something over us. Plus, we are on a time limit.
Hmm.
We are planning to
Right.
stay the night here in Rudy, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Floki is not going to be able to arrange the ponies until tomorrow morning at the earliest.
Very good.
Well, unfortunately, the answer is no.
I'm sure there's other
All
hardy
right. Well,
adventurers here. Look around.
so so yeah. So Jari sighs and says, "Very, very well. There's plenty of other prospects here," and he stands up and puffs out his chest and
Hmm.
says, "Well, these four are too cowardly to join me in my
Wow,
search.
really? Wow.
Who else is willing to?" And there he starts looking around the room. Anyone? And the man that
Uh,
Cariel saw walk in stands up and says, I'll join you.
mm.
I have some experience, but I think we may need one or two more." And the two the two of them start looking around, and
Mm.
there is uh, two members of. I had mentioned some of the patrons that were in here, and there
Mhm.
was a group of a caravan
Oh
that had
yeah.
come in. The bartender had mentioned that um, they are most likely traveling to Hobbiton to the festival
Mm.
with their wares.
Mhm.
Uh, and uh, two of the humans there stand up and say, "We have a few nights free. We may be interested." And the dwarf, Jari, and this human that came in look at each other for a moment.
Mhm.
And then Jari walks over to the table, waving the human by the bar over.
Mm.
And they begin a conversation with the two men that are part of the caravan.
Good enough. Mark 1 and Mark
All
2.
right.
Seems I turn to
All
Floki.
right.
Seems the only ones that are willing to help him are the outsiders, visit passers through. The locals know better. I'm guessing.
Uh, yes, Jari does have a bit of a reputation, as I'm sure you picked
Mm.
up. Most of the regulars, he doesn't bother. Uh, but I don't know what he's up to.
What happened to the
But
last? What happened to the
hopefully,
last folks that went with him on an adventure?
let's see, that was maybe a week or two ago.
Wow. That is
I'm
busy.
not sure that I'm not sure I saw the three fellas that went with him last time.
They probably left him in the dust.
But
Probably nothing to be found at
Mhm.
all.
that's that's probably most likely the case. I can't imagine that he's really he's not the sort to be harming these people.
Mm.
At the very worst, he may be, stealing some of their belongings in the night and running back debris at them. But even that
I'm sure
seems
they would have
out of
come back
character.
and gotten their stuff back if he's easy to find here.
Yes, you are probably right about that. So I think it is probably best that you just leave him be. But um, your time is your own. So speaking of time, unless you have any other questions for me, I think I need to get home and make some preparations for my journey to Hobbiton, and then first thing I will go down and speak to the stableman and arrange a pony for you.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Good.
Great.
All right, very well. Enjoy the rest of your stay here. I don't think they have bottomless ale here, but I've never seen them without it.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Mhm. Yeah, 5 coin pitchers or
He he bows and makes his way out of Prancing Pony.
all right.
Right.
Well,
So you guys just going to
here's to
enjoy the rest of your evening? Oh, go
here's
ahead.
to a good
Sorry.
journey.
Yeah,
So far,
get some
so far
rest.
so good.
'Cause, we're going somewhere really dark after this.
Drink some more. Drink. Eat.
Yeah.
Drink as much as I can
I
afford.
will have some more of that stew they made.
And the honey cakes. Don't forget the honey cakes.
Honey cakes were in
They may have that here.
Hobbiton.
They may have it here. They may not be as good, but they may have it here.
Did
Well,
we
now
give
you,
them?
now you
Did
got
we
me
give?
thinking, but now I gotta check.
We gave our rabbit
Barkeep.
skins to the guy, right? To Floki.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. He's going to use that in the bargaining for the pony.
Cool.
All right. So if you're just going to enjoy the rest of your night, it doesn't get too rowdy. There's no singing and dancing like there was at the inn in Mitchell Delving, but you know the ale is decent, and the food is more than palatable, and
Okay.
the beds are quite soft, maybe even too soft for the dwarves. But you guys get a good night's sleep. When you emerge from your rooms, the inn it's fairly quiet. There's only 2 people inside. You suspect that they also spent the night, maybe getting an early start. But other than that, you actually don't see the bartender, and but there is a pile of we'll say hot cakes out on the bar, along with some tea and mead that seems to be available for everybody.
Well, better eat while we can. So I'll go ahead and fill my plate up here.
We'll
There's
get some break our fast.
Morning, sirs. Morning. Fine bed. Fine bed. And I might add that under your beds are very, very clean. No, I didn't sleep on the floor that much. But this food and ale smell great this morning.
all right.
Yeah.
Um,
We dig in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Their breakfast is better than the dinner you had the previous evening.
Ooh,
nice.
And while you're eating, a little boy comes into the inn, and he looks around, and it seems like he's there's only 6 of you here, but he seems to be counting the people sitting at each table,
Mhm.
and then counting again on his hand, and eventually he wanders up to you and says, "Are you friends with Master Floki?"
yes. He's arranging for us. Did he send you to find us?
Yes, he asked me to come and tell you that your ponies are ready, and if you go to the stable when you're ready to leave, uh, the pony will be waiting for you.
Okay.
Excellent.
Nice. I'll give the lad a hot cake for his trouble. Here's your reward,
He
man.
he takes the hot cake and then
Mhm.
waits patiently, his eyes going just going to each of you,
Fine. I'll give him a coin.
and a big smile comes on his face. And were you going to say
Yeah, I'll
something?
flip him a coin. Hey, you have 2 coins.
Oh, okay, 2 coins. Oh,
Mhm.
he an even bigger smile comes on his face as he carries the hot cake in his mouth and a
Mhm.
coin in each
Yeah.
hand and runs out the door.
There you go.
I'll leave a coin on the table or on the bar. Let's get out of here.
Okay. All right.
Let's get
We'll
moving.
grab our
No time to
gear.
waste. There's
Grab our gear and go.
All right, you so let's.
didn't even get to see much of Bree, but
Oh wait,
racing
that's the
pony's
Shire.
nice.
Sorry, I
Rest of the
activated
rest
the
of the house
Shire by
like this.
accident.
all these towns pretty much look alike.
Huh. I only see Eric in
Come along,
the
Elwing.
Bree map.
Well, that was weird. I feel like it says loading
Yeah.
Bree, but
Yeah.
I'm now no longer in Bree. I feel like it was in Bree.
Yeah, I still show.
Okay,
there we
hold
go.
on
We're
a
moving.
second. I'm gonna jump us over to the map and then
Okay.
back over.
There we are.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
All right. So, you have. Actually, well, let me just show you real quick. Depending on which way you're going to go, this is the gate. I'm sorry, this gate down here is the one that you came inside of.
Mhm.
That leads out to the intersection,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and this gate will take you back out onto the Great East Road. So, if
I
we
think that's
look
the one.
at the journey map again, this is the four-way intersection.
Oh.
You had mentioned that you wanted to previously that you wanted to take the Greenway down to the Tharbad area at least.
Our
Yeah,
bad
I think
word.
there's some discussion.
Right?
I think there's some discussion as to whether or not you're actually going to go into Tharbad.
We're supposed to meet someone, right?
But the well, there's a contact there. You're not necessarily meeting them,
Okay.
but it is someone who can assist you if you go into Tharbad.
The
He's
ranger.
a
They-
ranger. Yes.
They were going to
Yes.
help us cross the white light thing. Flood.
The Gray Flood.
Gray Flood.
Yes. Yes.
That'll
So
be
the Gray Flood is that river that's running from
Mhm.
south or northeast to southwest.
Yeah, there's a dangerous crossing in
so-
Tharbad, and the best way across is to get the assistance of this friendly ranger that we have a contact.
Yeah, so just to remind you, this is your ultimate
Mhm.
destination right here. And if you want to stay on the roads, you can either take the Greenway to Tharbad and then make your way across the swamp area, or you could take the Great East Road, maybe stop in Rivendell, and then make your way south along the foots of the Misty Mountains. So. Or obviously, you could go any other way you want, but those are the two most direct ways. So what's your plan? Are you going to stick with your original idea of going the Greenway?
Is there a reason why we should divert?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm still unless
Think a pony is best on the path, on the road?
yeah, unless Cariel wants to visit the elves. But that area's got too many bad memories for me.
Well, do we know if there's an option, or do we have to find out when we go there if we can take some kind of a raft or something, a flat boat through the swamp? And what is that? What is that? What is that? The Glanduin? It's that little river, smaller river.
So the Glanduin is basically the waterway that fed the outskirts of Moria. So
Hmm.
I should stress that Moria is more like when it was at its height. It had all of this stuff on the outside, on the
Hmm.
west gate. It has like a village. It has uh, a like bunch of farmland and all kinds of stuff where they would grow food for the
Hmm.
people living inside of the mountain.
Yep.
So the Glanduin is a river that like was basically their only source of water. It is like I guess it's called a tributary or something
Yep.
of the
Yep.
Great Flood.
Hmm.
Uh, for lore purposes, I did not realize this, but if you watch the second season of the Rings of Power, Ost en Edhill is the city where Celebrimbor was forging the Rings of Power,
Oh,
Oh
Oh,
wow.
and that was the place that was sieged by
yeah.
the orcs.
Yeah, because I
And the
Mm.
remember
river that
last
they
time you were saying it was destroyed or something in the
yeah,
current where
so
we're at currently.
so the Glanduin is that river that the orcs blocked off, and in order to stop, so that they were able to ford it, and do a direct attack. So,
Well,
uh,
if we go to
but
Tharbad,
that was thousands of years ago, so you don't need to worry about
oh okay.
like
If we
any orcs being there anymore.
if, yeah, if we go to Tharbad,
But
maybe we can inquire if we can take any kind of raft or flat boat or something
so we can
to
travel by
go
the Glanduin.
water. Yeah, if it's an option. I
That
don't
would
know.
be nice. I'm just very concerned for this pony's ability to make the trip.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to trudging through any swampland, so a boat would be.
I mean, we could
Hmm,
go around it, I guess.
go around.
Yeah.
Are those are just plains, John, that are to the southeast of Arbad? Is all that kind of just like plains or whatever, or is it?
no, I mean that's grassland,
That's grasslands.
and
Okay,
there's trees and stuff like that.
that might not be
Uh,
a horrible
it
journey. Okay.
it's slightly hilly. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's not certainly not mountainous, or there's no hills like there are like the Weather Hills or anything where
Okay.
you
I mean,
you can see fairly far.
Okay.
I'd be keen to the idea of like getting to Tharbad and then like I don't know, going up and around the swamp.
That would work as well.
Oh, instead of back the other way, yeah, that would make sense too.
So
Okay.
so the one thing I do want to clarify, you will know that the only places to cross the Gray Flood
Mm-hmm.
without like a boat or something would be in Tharbad or the last bridge, which is up north,
Oh yeah.
that leads
Okay.
to Rivendell.
Okay.
Um, so without a boat, you would not. Those are the only two places you could actually cross the river. But once you do that, you know, which way you go is up to you.
I'm sure this Ranger Orethel will know the area better near Tharbad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He can cross that bridge when we get to it.
Aha. Yes. Okay.
All right,
Sounds.
so you're
Yep.
going to follow this blue trail and go the green way to Tharbad.
Mm-hmm.
Is
All
there a blue
right.
trail?
I can barely.
Yeah, I don't see it, but yeah, that's the way. Yep.
Somebody drew it.
I tried
I
to
don't know.
draw a
I don't
trail, but
see
I
it.
don't see it.
Yeah, I've been trying to draw
Oh,
too.
Oh,
No,
we're still on
okay.
the yeah, we're
So
still on
yeah,
the other
so
thing.
there's actually a trick to this. I might be able
Yeah.
to fix it for you. Hold on one second.
Okay.
So
on.
when you click on the drawing tools,
We're still on Fog of
Mhm.
uh,
War.
yeah. So by default, you are going to be drawing under the fog of war, which you Only I can see under that. Okay. So in order to draw above it, you have to click. You should see an eye inside of a circle that says toggle information drawings. Do you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes,
if you
the letter
click
I.
that,
Oh, okay.
yeah, if you click on that and then start drawing, that will draw it above everything.
Oh, there we go.
I might, but
Oh.
I might be able to do it.
There you go.
Okay. All
right. So do you guys see the blue now?
Yeah,
I
I
see a
everything
blue
now.
thing that I just drew. I don't see the one I drew before, if I drew one before.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't. Okay.
But I see
I wasn't sure.
this little squiggle that I just drew now. Or
Okay, so you can just redraw it, I guess.
I delete it.
If you just click on it, you should be able to just hit delete and get rid of it.
On your keyboard, click on it and
Yeah, my computer bugs in Foundry for some reason. Like it's working hard. I'm also recording, so that's
Okay.
okay.
How do you?
All
How do you click on
All
that
right,
to delete it?
I'm drawing the path now. I can see it.
If you
and
just click on it, you should see a box around it, and then you can just hit delete.
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Okay, cool. I got my blue line.
What?
I think I'm blue. Yeah, I'm D.
All right, what do you want to delete all these yellow?
Yes, if you could. I don't know why it's not letting me click on it.
We want to take that path.
Go this way.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hexes.
Easy.
That's far bad.
Not even gonna be tired.
Well, it's a further journey than you made last time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple things that we did not do, which we should do before this. Otherwise, it's going to compound on the issue. So the first thing is that there was an opportunity for you to reduce your accumulated weariness from the journey at the end of the journey.
Right.
So there's one step that we forgot. I'm sorry, your fatigue, not weariness. So if you double click on the fellowship, and we go to, the journey log isn't in there. We never actually added that. So we should see the journey log under the year 2967, which is what is the current year. So you should see. You see 2946.
Season summer
journey log entry.
Journey log
that's the
entry.
Template though. Is that the template? Is that the wrong thing?
Oh yeah, maybe that's the days of travel 10.
Oh.
In the items, is that the wrong thing? Be looking at something else?
It should be. It should say
right.
the
Shire debris. 2967.
Yes.
Add it.
Yep.
Add it.
Yes. Okay. So I drug that onto the fellowship token. So if you double click on the fellowship token, it should open up the fellowship tab. And this has.
Where is the fellowship?
I don't think we see the fellowship token.
That's in. You don't see the fellowship token?
Where's it at? Where should it be?
You
at?
don't see the token in Bree? Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
No.
Not have permission to view the sheet for this actor. Fellowship. We see it in the characters at the bottom. The one on the left is fellowship, I think, but I don't see it on the map.
Oh,
Okay.
I see it.
Oh, okay, that thing.
Yeah,
okay.
it doesn't say I have. Yeah, like Doon was saying, I don't have.
Yeah, we can't open it up. Yeah, we don't own it. I think.
Okay. All right, hold on 1 second.
We're not friendly enough with each other, guys. We need to.
Or viewer. I don't know.
Share more drinks.
I don't know what permission. I guess observer, viewer, whatever.
Be more fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Be more fellow. Well, I've been known to write a couple of things here and there. I'll do some chips for us. All right, so
I'll take this second to refill my fellowship drink. Right back.
Okay. All right. Huh. Doesn't give me any way to grant you guys. So you see the token, but when you double click on it, it says you don't have rights.
Yeah, it's in the bar to the top on the top, right?
Yeah, it's right next to all of our character portraits.
Yeah,
There's
and
a
when
fellowship token.
we click on it, yeah, it says you do not have sufficient permission to blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And in the actor
oh my God.
page,
Okay. That's the problem.
what happened?
Okay. You
There it goes.
I didn't give you guys access to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you should now be owners to it. So if you
Yes.
double click on it, does it open the character sheet now? Or
Yep,
the sheet?
now it opens up.
Says fellowship. Yes. Okay. So this is how we track everything for everybody's roles and everything. So you should see all 4 characters in there, your patron, and then the assigned roles that you have further down. And then the journey log is going to so every time we finish a journey from it, under in the equipment tab or the items tab, when we complete one of these journey entries, we drag it onto this, and it's like a rolling collection of all of the journeys that you made over the course of the campaign.
Oh, okay, cool.
Very cool.
All right, so if you open the one for the Shire to Bree, you can see a list of all the events that happened, and we can give those specific names, or you might be able to change those names. But we could go so far as to change the graphic to actually show the areas that you travel to. But I probably won't do that.
We should just commission an artist to draw all of our adventures for us.
Yeah. So actually, we have an artist. Todd is an artist. So if he wants to take it upon himself, he can draw the journey for each of these paths.
Lacking
but if
on
you
vacation.
look in the if you look in the company section, you can see the travel fatigue that you accumulated. And that was based off of all the events that took place.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a possibility of 5 travel fatigue, all 4 of you, from the journey from the Shire to Bree.
Right.
Okay. However, what we forgot to do is at the very end of your journey, when you've arrived there, you can each independently do a travel test in an attempt to reduce that by 1. So if you succeed at your travel test, you'll only acquire 4 fatigue, and if you fail it, you will acquire the full 5 fatigue. So let's do that now. I can roll for Todd.
Orland don't feel no travel fatigue.
So just do a straight up roll. You can, if you want to spend hope and stuff for it, you can, but there's no assisting each other on the roll.
All right. And what roll is this? Just a straight up roll, or is a
travel? So that's one of the skills.
Travel roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not wary, not miserable. Okay, roll.
Rolls are so bad. Roll 2 twos.
I'm gonna, and we can just arbitrarily spend hope, or do we have to
spend before you roll?
So
I think you have to do it before you roll.
I didn't roll yet.
Yes, you do have to. So the other thing you can do is spend. There's fellowship points that you could spend. That allows you to re-roll afterwards. But that is, you only have a limited number of those before the first fellowship phase. So we're in the adventure phase right now. Until you guys take a breather and relax for an extended period of time is when you recover those fellowship points.
Never.
So no hope, just fellowship. be used. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, you can spend hope if you want.
Okay.
You get an extra die if you want to spend a point of hope.
Extra D6.
Yes.
I think I need that.
Okay.
So I will go down to a hope of 5 out of 10 now.
Okay.
And I will, and this is a travel roll, which, and one, where's it at? Where's that? 1 hope point bonus die.
It's in the
right
middle.
there.
Yeah.
And roll. See what happens. Okay, there we go.
Great success.
Woohoo.
You rolled again. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
So
Does that change anything when he gets a Gandalf? Do you like lose 2 now?
Gandalf visits you in dreams.
Do I give one?
Oh, you got.
Who are
everybody?
you?
I will.
Yeah. You crazy old man.
I will. So the great success is the fact that he got a 6 on one of his 6-sided.
Okay.
The fact that he
I'm
rolled the
getting
Gandalf is just an auto success.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you got an extra. You did get a great success. I will let you give an extra D6 to somebody because of the great success. If you want,
worse off than the other, or you guys both in the same? Someone failed. Who failed?
Both Borland and
both of you guys failed.
Elwing failed.
I said Borland don't need no
made it.
travel fatigue. Give it to Elwin, the weakling.
So just to tell you, Elwing.
Yes.
It's impossible for Elwing to get a success because
it is.
She would need even if she got a 6, that would only give her a 14, and she needs an 18 to pass.
Oh my gosh!
Okay. But a Gandalf would succeed.
Well, no, you won't get it. You won't get a 12-sided die. So the most you can get out of
Elwing
extra
doesn't
dice
have
is
a 12-sided die.
Wait, so this is just giving them a bonus D6 for later? Is that what I'm doing?
No, for right now, for this roll. So if you want, what's Borland's heart PN?
Oh, who's got the worst? Yeah, who's got the
16.
higher test?
Yeah, so actually, Borland wouldn't succeed either because even if he got a 6, he would have a 15, which would be 1 off.
Oh, I see. You're giving a roll. I understand. I didn't understand what's happening.
Yes.
So then that just means
help the weakling.
Yeah,
not me. I'm
Haldor,
fine.
then
it's not going to actually help anybody.
I don't need your help.
Oh my gosh.
Help yourself.
Okay, never mind then. Here you go. Never mind. Okay.
I'm not grumpy just because the bed was too soft.
Thanks,
right.
John. Anyway, but
all right,
drowning in the bed.
So Cariel is only going to gain 4, and wait, that's 7, not 4. And then Eric Faldor passed 2, so he's going to get 4.
Okay.
So this is only going to be temporary, but so you want to add 4 fatigue to your character, Eric and David, and then Doon, you're going to add 5, and I'm going to add 5 to Elwing.
Okay, I have done this.
Okay, now that just catches us up to where we should have been at the beginning of your arrival in Bree. Okay.
Why am I not seeing fatigue anywhere?
So if you scroll down to where it says endurance, load, hope, and shadow, fatigue is the little diamond under load.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so I got 4. Got
Okay.
it. Okay, yep, got it.
So essentially, what this does is it makes all of the stuff you're carrying feel heavier. So it just adds to your load. Okay.
That's so tiny.
So
okay, yep, got it.
Yeah. So every full night's rest you get will reduce your fatigue by 1. So now, because you guys spend a night in a comfortable place, the prancing pony, your fatigue is going to drop 1 for the beginning of this journey. So everyone's going to start. Doon or Elwing and Borland are going to start with 4 at the beginning of this journey, where Cariel and Faldo are only going to start with 3.
Got it.
All right. So is everybody with me on this?
Yep.
My fatigue is currently 4.
Okay. Okay. So we need to remember to do that every time you guys arrive somewhere.
Got it.
We'll
We'll remember.
Yeah. Travel is tiring.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh no, I meant reduce, like do that journey roll to reduce everything.
Yeah.
You know, we
I
know.
see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
So we would have rolled this as we approach the gate of Bree, right? Like before we talk about
Exactly.
It's our travel.
Yes.
It's our travel.
Exactly.
So we'll remember.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
It makes sense.
we should have done that. Yes. Okay. So you have a 12 hex journey to get
we're gonna be
to
exhausted.
Arbad. Yes. So
That's all right. We get to sleep in a den of thieves.
Keep your hopes up.
Maybe. Yeah.
that's why I wanted to make sure that we got all this right and you knew what you were getting yourselves into before you actually set out.
My guess is that road travel is easier than overland travel, but we'll see. That's
so road travel actually makes your rolls easier.
Yeah.
For each of the different events.
Okay.
We forgot to do that.
We got a lot.
We were doing hard mode on everything.
Well, it wasn't hard mode. You got one less D6 when you did your event rolls. I think you guys only failed one event, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was the wagon incident, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So that's something else we have to remember. So if you're on the road when you do your event, you don't actually travel faster on the road. It's just things that happen on the road are easier to resolve. Is essentially what the difference is there. So in the end, that will reduce the fatigue that you get because you're more likely to succeed at the events that take place. So the end result is that your fatigue is marginally lower by traveling on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Okay. So I believe that it is Calriel that is the guide. No, it's
travel
Borland.
leader.
Borland is the guide.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awareness.
All right. So we need to determine when the first event takes place, and that is based off of Borland's travel roll.
I don't need to modify anything?
Now, before we do this, is there a new journey log that we have?
We must have a new
we just have the Shire to Bree one. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I actually forgot about that.
We're Bree to Thorbad.
Yes.
Hell and back again.
It is 109.
New system. Who dis?
It's Bree to Tharbad. Days of travel. We don't know yet. All right. We're gonna import. Why can't I import everybody?
I'm excited. We're just gonna be great. We're gonna go so far.
All right. Doon, why don't you do the roll while I'm trying to figure out why
I'm rolling a plain travel roll.
Does he get an extra D6 or no for this?
No, only for the events.
Only for the events. Okay.
So
Right.
I'm just determining how far we get before we meet our impending doom.
Event. Nice.
All right. So you got a success. So that means the first event is going to take place 3 hexes away.
Just take a left at the guide signpost.
Right.
Whoa.
At the first light.
Yeah.
Hey, there's that map.
All right.
Hey, we see the fellowship token now, I think.
Fancy. Yep.
All right. Now I need somebody to roll a d12 for me, please.
Not me.
No?
Yeah, somebody else.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I did the roll thing. It says feet die 1. Is that right? Or does that matter?
Just a regular D12.
Yeah, you can do that if you that's fine. You should be able to do that. Then I don't have to.
Okay.
I don't know what that did.
Whoa.
I don't know what that did.
1D.
This is
Yeah.
1D.
No, that's
I
fine.
have no idea what any of that is.
Is that a fate
No,
die
you
or a
roll
feat die?
You roll the 1.
I don't know.
It's a feat die. No, that means you just roll a 1.
Oh, okay.
Which is
D12.
essentially a 2 on the D12. I have to do that calculation because
Okay.
the Eye of Sauron is technically 0, and then there's 1 through 10, and then there's the Gandalf.
I like that.
So,
I like D12s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you roll a 1, which is a result of despair.
Oh boy.
Oh, good.
Easy.
And that is the second from the hardest one. So
Oh,
I'm going to roll a d6, and we're going to figure out who has to do this roll. So it's a 6, so it's the hunter. Who
Elwing?
is
Elwing.
the
I think it's
Yep.
Elwing.
Elwing? Oh, great. All right, so David, I'm going to have you
What do I
do
roll?
the roll for Elwing.
Okay.
So you might be surprised to learn that the hunter rolls hunting.
Oh, wow.
Is that
So
oh, yep, there it
you
is.
have
Okay,
you
so I
have
can
rights
roll.
to
Can I roll right
you have
off
rights
I think I can roll right off the
the journey log.
fellowship thingy thing.
Yes,
Hunting
you should be
roll.
able to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but let me narrate what happens here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
All right. So, you guys are making camp by the side of the road, and as you sit down and you set up camp, and start get a fire going so that you're comfortable this evening, and you start going through all of the the rations and the provisions and everything that Floki prepared for you. Unfortunately, uh, it seems that there must have been a critter of some sort, like a rat or a mouse or something, that was inside of the bag that was on the back of the pony. And all of the food is partially eaten, and there's a big
What?
hole in the bag. So you're going to enjoy, a relatively nice meal by the side of the road, and Elwing was looking forward to not having to go hunt down everyone's food, but much to her disappointment, she now, late in the evening, has to go out and find something for the 4 of you to eat.
There go the hotcakes. Oh well.
Feeling pretty hungry, Elwing.
Or could use some
Everybody's rubbing
protein
their
right now.
stomachs. Everybody's rubbing their stomachs. What was that noise?
Yeah, I got us this far. Pretty efficient path.
Okay, well, we know what happened the last
Right.
time she went hunting, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna bring that
It's
up.
true. Elves.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
You just want to eat their
Oh, no, go
stale
ahead. Yeah,
elf
do your
bread.
roll.
Okay, so here's and no modifiers, just a straight roll, correct?
You are going to get an extra die for the
Okay, this will be okay.
because you're on the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a bonus die is all it is, right? And that's I can click that, and that's fine.
Yes, just one bonus die. Yep, that's
Okay.
right.
All right, here we go. Okay.
Nice.
Yes. All right.
Hey.
So you did succeed. So Elwing is
They remember to come back to the camp this
That's a
time.
bad
Yeah,
roll
right.
too.
With food.
yeah.
Look at those 12s.
So,
There's an Eye
yeah.
of Sauron in there.
Was it?
It was a 1 and
Oh,
an Eye
yeah.
of Sauron. It was a bad roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a bad roll.
Yeah. No. Yep. Yeah. It's a good thing she's so good at this. So
Wow.
I think we're on the road.
She's gone for quite some time. You are starting to get worried, get very hungry. It's getting dark. Yeah, the fire. You feel like you're going to have to go out and get more firewood in order to cook whatever it is that she manages to bring back.
Okay.
but eventually you start to hear, or at least Cowriel's, elf ears starts picking up someone carrying something very heavy through the grass. Eventually, you see the outline of Elwing, who has a young buck slung over her shoulder, and she has brought enough food for the rest of your journey.
Wow.
So you can take some time to to dress it and cook it over the flames. Someone's going to have to cut steaks out of it.
Nice.
Marvelous, Elwing. Well done.
Great. Guys, it looks like meat's back on the table.
I knew we brought Elwing along for something.
Right, Cariel,
she's awesome when she comes back.
He empties the grass and the leaves out of his pocket since he won't need it.
All right.
Orland's really happy.
Yeah, right.
Everyone is still going to gain 2 fatigue from that.
Okay.
For that weight.
So we'll record that in the. I need to figure out what is going on with these journey templates, because it is not letting me import the company. So see, I don't know if you can see it, but when you open the thing up, there's like an arrow pointing down next to the company. And when I click on that, it's supposed to import everybody for us to manually record everything, and I'm not sure why it's not doing.
Yeah, the only error I see is for the season on mine. I see the breed bad.
You could just put one person, right? Because we all should have the same travel fatigue, anyways.
Yeah, I'll figure this out, and I'll actually fill out everything properly. But I can't even add people manually.
Oh, okay.
For
we'll
some
just
reason.
remember then.
But yeah, no, I'm going to write it down separately.
Okay, cool.
So we take 2
So
fatigue,
everyone's going to be. Yeah, everyone's going to be. No, you don't have to add it to your character sheet until the end of the journey. So,
okay.
Yeah. So we're at a total of 2 right now, and you guys have that opportunity to do your own journey roll at the end to reduce it by 1.
Can I search?
And then whatever.
Sorry, I'm something totally different. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Can I search for the rodent? I want to have a rodent friend.
Sure. Yeah, if you'd like to.
I'm not good at hunting.
Let's see. No, I'm not going to say it. It wouldn't be hunting. I'm going to say you have a choice of either. You can either do. Hunt. You can do hunting if you want.
Okay.
I will give you an option for the other 2 attributes as well. So let's say insight or persuade.
Okay, great. I don't alternate any of those, so I'm trying hunting.
Okay.
And I want to spend hope because I want friend.
Okay.
So if I just click on this hope bonus die, then it's not inspired, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you have. I mean, I don't think you have hunting as a preferred thing, so it shouldn't be inspired.
We'll just roll and see.
Yeah, so hope will just give you the 1 extra die. Failure. All right, sorry.
Rodent's taking our food and not even staying with us.
Yeah, you start looking around. You can tell that it tried to get into a couple other packs while you guys were making camp, but it didn't seem to be able to there was little bits of leather and stuff that were eaten through some of the like worn away from, but it didn't seem to be able to actually get into anyone else's pack, so it probably just left the area once it ate all of your
I'll just
food.
rub some like peppermint on the bag so that it doesn't. They don't.
Okay. All right. So let's have Borland do the next journey roll and see where you guys end up the following
Rolling
day.
trap.
Oh,
All right, you failed this time. So the event's going to take 2 hexes away.
There's just a more scenic journey.
heck's that big?
Yeah, right.
What is that?
Oh,
explosion.
That's the fog of war that we're
oh
revealing?
yeah. There you go. Yes, you should be. You should. I'm not sure why you guys didn't.
We see
Why
it.
the fog of war didn't get. No, but the journey between Bree and or
Oh,
between
I don't know.
the
My-
Shire and Bree should have been uncovered as well.
My
Yeah.
guess is
All of-
because we weren't part of the fellowship thing, air quote.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll uncover that for you just by moving it along that that
Okay.
trail afterwards.
Okay.
All right. So somebody do that feet die roll again, just a straight feet
I'll do
die.
it.
12.
D12.
Please don't make me do it again.
Yeah, or a D12. It's whichever.
Oh, I guess we don't have access to
The macros.
okay.
There's a
No,
macro for it because that's where I stole mine from.
the D20 down there at the bottom of the chat thing.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Is that a thing? Can you click on that?
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to click on that,
I-
and you're supposed to get a bunch of different dice that pop
Oh,
out.
I did not. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if that's a permission thing.
All the cool
I think it
foundry
is,
tricks.
Yeah. Okay. So roll one, not Rollo. Roll one.
I think you can do. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
All
So
right.
that's a 4. So it's actually a 3.
Not that good.
All right. So that's an
Oh.
ill
Oh
choice.
my gosh.
All right.
We're getting into the darker lands. That makes sense.
We're just making more friends.
I know, right?
All right. Let's roll the D6 and see who's up. The lookout.
That's me.
All right. So you guys are setting up camp, or you're actually trying to choose a location for the camp. Decide it's time to bed down for the night. It's getting dark. You have kind of 2 options you need to decide between. There's either there's a spot that is out in the open, but there's a small brook there that if it starts raining, could potentially flood out your campsite. The other option is the top of a hill, but it requires trudging up a very steep hill with a lot of overgrowth.
A lot
I feel
of
like that would be this overgrowth. So
okay.
yeah, so there's a so you're going to either have to spend a lot of time getting up to a safer campsite, or taking this one that's kind of down in a small valley that could potentially flood. The sky is complete overcast and it's looking kind of gray.
Of course it is. I will guide us towards the hill, because that is definitely, I think that is the less, or Calriel thinks that's the lesser of 2 evils for sure. The worst case scenario is that we will have to maybe fight to get the pony up. But if it does rain, we won't be in any danger of any of our supplies being either washed away or ruined. So hilltop, I think it is.
All right, go ahead and give me the awareness roll.
Okay. Do I have anything to help with awareness? Let's see here really quick. Yes, I do. There is a Mix something up. There's a heart-shaped herb, which
Really?
Calriel occasionally choose to basically keep him a little more alert. So it's probably actually got caffeine in it.
Is it just me, or are
And
these elves
Okay.
always chewing on something?
and that will
Oh, I've
give
noticed
him
that too. You're right.
that should allow me to. I think that just lets me spend hope. Is that correct?
What
It is a
is it?
useful item.
What
It
was,
is a useful item.
yes,
Oh.
yeah. So that I mean, you can normally spend hope,
Oh, okay. I didn't have to
but
do that. Okay.
I don't
yeah,
think you
but
have to if you
the
use the useful item.
helpful item is going to give you an extra
An
extra
extra
D6.
for
Yeah.
for
So
that hope spent. Okay. So
no,
instead
no,
of
no.
one d six.
It's just a straight bonus to your hope, or just a straight extra D6 from the
Okay.
useful item, which I
Okay.
will
So
give
I
you.
will do. Okay. So I
If
will
you
do that.
spend hope, you'll get a second D6
Okay.
on
No,
top
no.
of that.
I will just use the useful item and get
Okay.
the d6, and I am rolling my awareness. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So there's that, and then there is a bonus d6, and oh gosh. Okay. Well,
Oh,
that's
all
better.
right.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, based off of Calriel's suggestion, the four of you start trying to make your way through thick, this thick brush that leads up to the crest of this hill. Unfortunately, it is incredibly overgrown, and it takes several attempts to find something that's even passable for the pony.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the best option is still incredibly overgrown, and you have to force and hack your way through a
Wow.
a thorny bush that nicks and cuts you as you make your way through the small opening that you manage to make with your weapons. So everyone is going to gain uh, 2 fatigue from this, but you're
Okay.
also going to gain a point of shadow.
What?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Fighting with this
So
pony and trying to
So,
lead
we
it.
wait until
Why am I in charge of the pony?
we wait. we don't mark that yet though, right?
no, the shadow you
Okay.
do mark, but
We do
you do
mark the
not
shadow.
mark the
Okay.
Is
fatigue.
that
Yeah.
under
So,
temporary or scars? I would assume temporary.
no, it is going to be temporary.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it could potentially, or no, actually, it's just going to be the main one. That'll automatically add to your temporary. So if you just put it inside the gray box,
Well,
just
it
put a
won't.
1
We
there.
got to
It
put
won't
it
let
in
us. It
temp.
doesn't let us
Yeah,
do
we got to
that.
put in temporary. Yeah.
Oh, you put it in temporary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I
Whoa.
see.
Yeah, we add
I'm doing it
temporary and
to
it
you. Sorry.
automatically adds.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So how this works
We're
is
out.
that a shadow scar is permanent. That's permanent shadow.
Yeah.
Temporary shadow will eventually, you'll overcome it generally over the fellowship phase of the game. So how it works is you're going to become miserable if your shadow ever equals your hope, or is greater than, because potentially you could, you could,
Your max hope, right?
yeah,
Okay.
no, your current hope.
Oh,
So,
really?
so that,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
so you're, uh, you, this is kind of gives you a point, like, do I want to spend my hope and become miserable
Mm-hmm.
to get this extra
Mm-hmm.
die? So
Okay.
as you spend your hope, you're eventually going to get to the point, like, I'm getting really close to my shadow. Do I really want to spend this anymore? And that is going to incentivize you to, eventually
Lose all
either
hope.
stop spending hope. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
stop spending hope so that you don't become miserable, or do a fellowship phase so that you have an opportunity to recover your hope and be able to have a larger buffer between that and your shadow. Okay. So so Calriel is burnt through a lot of 6 hope already.
Yeah.
and as you guys haven't even really achieved anything yet.
Now there is a warning message that popped up. It says Cariel should be miserable.
That's because
that's because I accidentally made it I made his
12
shadow 12 because I was testing out the
warning.
Got it.
Yeah, so we can delete that.
I feel better now.
So that was So if your shadow ever meets your maximum hope, that's an even bigger situation that I need to look that up. I read it once.
Well, we're not letting that happen.
I was like, that'll never happen. Wait a minute.
Right. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Everything is fine. Damn you, pony.
Yeah.
Does the pony have a name?
Chester.
Chester.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we never named the pony.
That's why the rolls are coming out bad because we didn't name our.
All right, Chester, you can make it. I'm behind Chester, trying to push the ass up the hill.
Yep, and I'm helping pull on the other side. Come on, Chester. Are you
part
donkey? Get up here.
An apple or a pear in one hand, trying to do whatever we can to.
And it's squealing as the thorns are like digging into
I feel bad.
skin.
Yeah.
You got it.
Eventually, you clear the overgrowth and are able to make your way up to the top of the hill. And in the morning, you're able to enjoy some of the leftover deer steaks or venison steaks that Elwing found you the previous evening. But in the morning, you can see a much clearer path that will allow you to get back down onto the road with only another maybe hour's travel in order to avoid that thorny overgrowth again. All right, Borland.
Not a bad night's rest. The rains were quite pleasant. Let's see.
John, as we're doing this roll, what can the fellowship points do? Because I saw those refresh every other session or something.
So the fellowship points are basically a community pool that you can spend. Let me pull up the thing because they have a few options of what they can do. Okay, so community points one of the things that they can do is you can spend them to activate your patron's special ability. So the thing that Daza does for you is his advantage is you can make an adversary's protection roll ill-favored. So that's like a disadvantage in 5e. So you roll two dice and take the 2 feet dice and take the worst. And you can also spend fellowship points to distribute an equal number of hope points among the player heroes. So this is an opportunity to recover hope during the adventure phase rather than the fellowship phase, which we're in the adventure phase right now. So this is while you're resting. So if you want to spend those points to gain some hope back, so for instance, maybe you want Calriel to get a little bit more buffer between his hope and his Karen shadow. You could do that now. You can choose, as long as the group agrees, you can divide those fellowship points up however you'd like to recover hope.
When you say divide them up, what do you? Oh, amongst the
It's
three
like
of
a
us or
what?
the
Yeah,
four
it's
of
like
us? You mean?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like a 1-for-1 thing. You
Oh,
can
okay.
spend 1 fellowship point to gain 1 hope for whoever. If you spend 3, one person get 3, or three people can get 1, or one person gets 2 and one person gets 1, that sort of thing.
I can wait. We've only got 5 points, so I can. I'll
I
wait.
didn't know if it would give us an extra, like a bonus for one of our rolls or something. So okay, nope. I figured we should use them since they refresh every other session. So
yes.
That's a good
But
point.
they just refreshed this session, though, right?
I might be wrong.
Okay.
Yes. I might be wrong, but I believe those are the only 2 options that you can spend
Okay.
on. I will double check that before the next session.
Okay, we're making good progress. 2 more hexes.
All right. Yes. So
All
Borland
right.
failed. So that means the next event is taking place
And
in
succeeded
2 hexes
in bringing us
versus
2
3.
hexes.
That's another way to look at it. All right. So somebody do the feat die roll. Why don't we have Eric? Why don't you do one since you haven't rolled in a while? Man, you guys are not rolling very well on these feat die.
It's a rough night, rough travel.
All right. So this is another ill choices. So let's see who's going to roll. It's the lookout again.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
All right. So as you guys are, you're pondering, taking, stopping for the evening. There hasn't been a perfect place to stop, but you see some torch. The sun is starting to set, so it's getting a little bit dark. But you see a line of torches up on a hill above you. They seem to be traveling along the hill line, the tree line. So you can make out that there are 4 torches that are going like single file in a row. But you can't quite make out what is carrying them. So why don't you give me your awareness roll, Calriel, and we'll see if you can determine what it is.
Okay, here we go. Straight roll.
Great. All right.
What do your elven knights see?
Someone's good at their job.
Ogres.
As you make your way up, you sneak up a hill to get a better view, and as soon as you reach the crest of this hill, you hide behind some bushes and can easily make out that this is a small party of orcs that are moving along the tree line. Possibly, they're heading north in the opposite direction that you are in. And if your group moves very quietly, you could probably avoid them entirely.
Okay. All right.
Is that what you're going to do?
So we have the option of moving quietly, or do we have the option of sitting where we are and hoping that they pass us by?
Yes, that too. They haven't seen you.
Option.
You've seen them. Yes. Okay. So unless you're going to engage them, you can just avoid them entirely.
No, we don't want to engage them.
Now it's not the time
there's nothing
meddling
for us to engage them. Okay, I will quickly update the 2 cousins of what I have seen, and I will say, I will give them the option. Do we move quietly and take the chance of upsetting Chester, or do we want to wait here and hope they pass us by? What do you guys think?
I think we need to reserve our strength for the, what's in the
And
pit
wait.
Moria.
But I mean, so do we wait here quietly, or do we try to move past them?
I think we can. Chester seems lively tonight. We
Yeah.
can move slowly and quietly. Keep our
I've-
presence concealed.
My armor's a special fit, so it should be quiet.
Clank,
Okay.
clank, clank.
Okay. I know, right? Okay, so we will try to move past them and hopefully put some distance in between us.
In the shadows, keep us
Okay.
away from there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And knowing exactly where they are and being able to see their torchlight,
Hmm.
despite them not having, the two of you not having direct line of sight, you
Mhm.
are able to easily avoid them.
Ooh, okay.
And with your extra success, I will let you pick one person in the group who gets one less fatigue.
And everybody has the same amount, right? Okay.
Yeah. So right
So
now, I
I
think
think we're at
you
6
guys
right
got
now.
a 3. Yeah, it's going to be 6 because a 2 and a 3 gives you 2.
okay.
Elwing
So
again. Elwing again. Elwing needs a.
oh, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Okay. All right. So let me roll, and I'll tell you guys. So 2,
Are you
4,
just going to do it
6.
randomly?
Yeah. So Elwing. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and then
I'm
5
gonna
for
start missing
Elwing.
sessions.
All right.
He gets all the good stuff.
All right. I know, right?
Well, he's going to, as soon as he's going to join, he's like, well, I have 10 fatigue. What happened?
Yeah.
I haven't even been here. All right.
Game is
So
exhausting.
the next, yeah, he's been on vacation. He comes back exhausted. All right. Yeah. So the orcs are nowhere to be seen the following
Okay.
morning. So you guys pack up and venture off
Would that be
further
something that
south.
would be surprising to us to have seen those orcs, or is it expected,
Um,
or
no, it is not surprising at all.
okay?
Raiding parties do push into this area,
Hmm.
particularly to go after people traveling on the roads. They travel off
Wow.
of the roads like this and will
Mhm.
attack them at night while they're camping.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, generally Bree is about the furthest that they will travel on the
Hmm.
road because
Yeah.
Bree has so much defenses.
Hmm. I was just
None of
curious.
you have been through Tharbad before. I mean, you've
No.
heard the reputation of it and the fact that it's ran by criminals, but
I mean, it's in the name.
yeah, yeah.
Supposedly run by criminals.
So yeah, but yeah, so it's not unusual to off of the road to to see orcs and stuff traveling and you
Okay.
know in less populated areas or just off of the populated area.
Okay. Right.
All right.
A little farther we
So
go.
dude, yeah, we need Borland to yeah.
All right,
Nice.
Borland,
Success.
take us in.
All right. All right. So that's 3 hexes.
So close.
You can see the river. So there's the hill. You're starting to travel downhill. You can see the river in the distance directly to your east.
Cool.
There are still some hills and stuff that prevent you from seeing Tharbad. But in the distance, you can see the heavy forests to your
Mhm.
east and see the gray flood running down in your general direction. So let's see who is going to be responsible for this role. That's a 1. That is going to be the scout.
That's me.
Yep,
Right.
Faldor.
All right. So you push up ahead in an attempt to find a good spot for the group to bed down. You're very confident you're going to be able to make it to Tharbad the following day. But, Faldor needs to find something suitable for the group to stay in so they're both out of sight, but not in danger of the elements or animals and that sort of thing. So go ahead and give me your...
An explore, right?
Explore, yes. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. I have to figure out what the consequences are.
Oh, yeah, what
first.
do you think? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, wait, someone has to roll the feat
Someone
die.
needs to roll first, yeah.
Yeah.
D12 again?
Yeah, give me the D12. Yeah.
Okay.
4. All right, so that's a mishap. All right.
Oh my
Go ahead, Eric.
gosh. Even with the success, we're
right.
still having problems.
4. Not wary, not miserable.
Should reach our destination.
You know what? I'm going to use one of my hope die for this. Just was
Okay.
so close.
Got thorns,
All
we got
right.
orcs.
And I think that's all I'll do. Okay.
Thorny yolks.
Okay.
Orcs.
But
Oh, boy. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty, that's a lot of low die. All right.
Or hammy.
So,
good thing I used a hope die.
Yeah, right?
so Faldor is pretty confident that he found a really good spot up on this hillside
This is
that
perfect.
looks down. You can actually see the very top of the large towers in Tharbad. So, his thought is, you're going to have a good line of sight all around you. You know if anybody's coming. Everyone will be able to see Tharbad, and it will be, it'll make everyone feel good in the morning that they're going to get there the next day. And so the group, you make your way up onto this camp and start bedding down. And over the course of the evening, I'm going to say Elwing's super sensitive ears makes her realize that there is a pack of wolves that have come into, or that are approaching the camp. You can fight them if you would like, or you can take off and try to let them plunder your camp for whatever food it is that they're after. Maybe they're attracted by the meat from the venison.
Yeah. Okay.
It's up to you whether how you want to approach this.
I say let's let them have some of the meat since we're just another day out and go.
I say let them come. We can bring some wolf skins to Tharbad to trade.
Oh, I thought we didn't want to fight wolves, but not orcs.
Oh, we can't sell orc skins, can we?
Oh, look where we're headed.
I'm going to sell orc ears.
I was going to say, depending on where you're at.
All right, so what's the tiebreaker here?
Oh, Faldor is. Oh man. Let me see some of Faldor's characteristics here to see what he would think.
Hey, hell if I'll let them take our thing, or rummage through our stuff.
He's bookish. But he's also a stubborn dwarf.
I don't have either of those. I have cunning,
Oh,
willful. Well, I got confidence as a virtue.
oh, right. Okay.
Cunning.
Cunning. I think he'd probably go more for cunning, which I think he would lean more towards what Calriel said, and trying to use the venison to try to lure him away, maybe, if that's possible.
You're gonna give up the rest of our meat?
Right.
I mean,
What about?
I mean, he just points down to town.
What about your pony? Are you going to?
I mean,
That's not part of our escape plan or whatever to take Chester with us, or we
I
gotta
was-
leave.
I imagine I have to wrangle Chester while you're running around with the venison.
We gotta leave Chester. Then I guess we have to fight. What do you got? I mean, I don't know.
I didn't know if just throwing the meat out there, where they would be like, "Oh, hey, a steak," and then we run off.
What's our dilemma?
That was my thinking.
A trap is good. We can set a trap of some kind in the next 30 seconds before they get here.
Okay, sounds like we're fighting.
Yeah, I mean,
sounds like-
Faldor's whole thing was distract him with the meat. So after that, he's kind of like, I don't know, we could do something after that.
Problem is Chester. So is there a place where we can take Chester to hide with us?
Oh yeah, you can bring Chester with you.
Oh, we
Yeah,
can.
that's
Oh,
right.
Yeah, we'll take Chester
I
with
was-
us. Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, the the four of you and Chester, run from the camp. Faldor throws out the remnants of the deer that Elwing found a few days ago, and you guys
It
are
is.
forced to fall back several, basically a full hex, and then you have to come back. You start heading back the late into the night. You have trouble finding your way back to where the camp was because you have very little light. It's basically, the adjustment of the dwarf eyes and the keen sight of the elves that actually allow you to be able to navigate without any torches or anything like that. But you manage late into the morning. You find your way back to the camp. The food is, the meat is gone. They took that. It looked like they rummaged around all of the bags and everything that you left back. But you manage, exhausted, you collapse down into your bedding and rest the rest of the day. Elwing goes out and finds more food, and you're going to lose a day of travel because of all the time that you had to spend and how tired you are. You cannot push on. So everyone is going to get the target's going to gain one additional fatigue, so that is Eric. So Faldor is going to get 3 fatigue points. Everybody else is going to get 2. That's 8 for Gauriel, Borland, 7 for Elwing. Oh wait, 7 and then 9 for Faldor.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty much not gonna be able to move as soon as we get to town.
Yes, their feet are going to be
So
killing you.
you're gonna need rest.
Orthel must have a place to stay.
So as you are, you're sleeping the second night exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
you're eating the food that that Elwing found. She captured, or she shot a few wild, we'll just say ducks, and brought them back, and you guys roasted them. And as you're eating them and drinking what's left of your wine, uh, not too far over from the hill that Faldor found for you, that you've been camping at, you see someone else has lit a very large fire there. And it's almost a bonfire. Everyone in the area would probably be able to see the glow from this. I mean, your fire, you guys know that not, how to build a fire so it doesn't attract too much attention. This one seems to have been built to attract attention because anyone within 2 days travel of here would be able to know that this fire is burning. So it seems to be a signal of some sort. That's the only thing that you can imagine.
Signal fire.
Let's carry on to Tharbad, right?
You can.
Yeah. We don't know.
Do you want to go check out the fire?
No.
We're not moths.
No. We want to stick to the plan. Could be more orcs.
Yeah,
Could be
true.
bandits. Could be
So
bandits.
this close to Tharbad, they must be.
What do you think?
Must have some. They must be stationed there or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Could be. Yeah. No, I think we should avoid that. Like the plague.
Okay.
Do we have to divert our path?
It's only. I mean, it would only take you like maybe an hour to walk over there.
Okay.
It's not a significant amount of time that would require you to go investigate.
I mean, to avoid.
To avoid it? No, I mean you can just go. You can just go
okay.
back down onto the road and
okay.
to avoid it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's further up into the hills that Faldor brought you up into to camp on. It's
we can,
so.
We can,
I mean, you'd have to go and
back to
seek it
Orithel
out
and see what our contacts say, if that's something really they might know what that means.
All right. So you guys ignore this.
I mean, is there a lore? Is there a lore roll we could roll, or is there something like world knowledge roll that we could do? Just know.
Could I do like an insight?
Yeah, I will. Insights. I would say no. I won't. The insight. I think the result of an insight would basically be what I told you. Where you. I mean, the only thing that makes sense that what this means is that someone is trying to signal somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But lore is a good choice. I could potentially lore might be able to tell you who would use signals like this, and give you an idea of who might be responsible for it. So if anybody wants to roll lore, you're free to. You can get help from one another.
I can try. I'm favored in lore. If...
I'll help you then. I'll help you. I'll jog your memory. Remember? That's my idea to think of lore. My help. Right. Do I have to spend something to help?
I think it's a hope.
Yeah, you have to spend a hope to help.
Okay, I am trained in lore, but I will spend one hope. Help John.
Yeah, and you don't have to. So one thing, you don't need to necessarily help with the exact same skill. If there's another skill, you could potentially use that. So, but you do have to be trained in whatever skill it is that you're using to help them. So you could use lore. That's perfectly fine. I mean, that makes sense.
Okay.
But you'd really have to convince me to be able to use courtesy to be able to help them figure out who this is.
Okay, I'm offering my
so
lore knowledge.
Okay.
okay,
All right. So I got support from companion, favored.
yeah, all right, sounds pretty good.
I think I'll go ahead and try it. Great.
A
21.
great
Redeemed.
success.
Oh
Wow.
wow!
All right. You
Nice.
did roll an eye Sauron though, so
I
it's a
did
good
roll.
thing that you passed. So,
Yes.
or no, I guess it's
Favored.
favored. So you would have
Is it
taken
favorite?
6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you got an extra success. All right. So what Faldor remembers, he did research as you would expect him to do before he set out on this journey. And he remembers reading something about the rangers of the North Lonelands and the way that they often communicate through fire signals.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
And he suspects that the extra success I will give you that this ranger is he's certain that this bonfire basically that's been lit is most likely a ranger trying to signal to another ranger.
Hmm.
Maybe.
But the 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 person that he's signaling to is most likely either in Tharbad itself or the outlying area. Uh, that is based off of the direction where the bonfire was placed in the hills. That it would be more visible further down into the valley where the Gray Flood is than it would be higher up in the hills in the direction that you came from.
Well, I just remembered those. That might be a symbol of the Rangers. Care to grow some wings and act like moths?
How about we
contact is a
go find
ranger,
out
right?
who's receiving the signal down at Tharbad?
It'd be our contact, maybe.
Could be, or someone that can get us in contact with our contact.
Our contact.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm up for going over to the bonfire now.
Oh, now that you know it's a ranger of some sort.
I mean, I was already kind of up for it before, but now I really want to.
If we think it's a ranger, I think they are mysterious men, but honorable. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. I say let's go.
As Chester
Right.
is agreeable.
Is Chester up to it? Yeah.
Chester,
As
what
long
do you
as
think?
Chester's up to it, and as long as the mouse is up to it, who's hiding in Chester's bag.
Chester, squeakers, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. You start making your way up the hills towards the bonfire. Are you going to use stealth to try to get up there? Is anyone going to go by themselves, or are you just going to
Why don't you?
walk up casually? What's the plan?
At casual.
Why don't you go up ahead? I'll stay with Chester here. I'm not. I have no business with
I'm
that
not
unless there's.
stealthy at all.
You're an elf.
I'm not stealthy though.
I can smell you from over here.
Yeah.
Is anybody good with courtesy? That seems that'd be a good way to
Negative.
get us in there.
No.
I have courtesy.
I got a point in it, so I don't know.
I do too. Yeah, I just got a point. Yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah, just one.
So yeah, I'm not the most courteous person. Is it
I feel like it should be
possible
Elwing,
to
but
use?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, Elwing is very stealthy.
Yeah,
And
Elwing's the
how
most
does she
stealthiest
have
one. Go ahead.
how is she favored in courtesy but doesn't have any D6s in it? That's weird. Okay. But yes, she is very stealthy. So perhaps if we can, we would nominate Elwing to at least go scout it out.
Yeah, just go see who. Is there a ranger there? What's he doing? You covered in blood?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Is he
see.
eating deer venison steaks?
Elwing's going by herself. Uh,
Don't say
because
it like
Todd's not
that.
here,
This is great.
I'm not going to like spend any hope or anything because
Okay.
that's up to Todd. So I'm just going to do a straight roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, there we
great
go.
success.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay.
she's very stealthy now. Yeah.
Yeah. She disappears. And the two dwarves are amazed because the moment she steps into the foliage and stuff, she doesn't make any sort of sound and is completely invisible. She comes back only 5-10 minutes later and says that there appears to be an older woman there who must be a ranger the way that she's dressed. And she's just sitting there biding her time, apparently waiting for something or someone. She didn't see me, and I'm confident that I know a path that all of us can take. This is because she got a great success.
Mhm.
That actually got three. How did you get 3 successes? I'm not sure what the 3 successes is about. But yeah, I'm confident that I could escort all of us up there, so you can all have a look and make a
Oh
decision as to
wow.
what.
Okay. Okay.
Don't see
That's true,
any.
too.
It's just an old lady. Well, we may as well just go say hello.
All right.
Yeah, if it seems like there's no threat, sure.
Trust our
All
recon,
right.
and
So you
we can approach that way.
Mm-hmm.
You are escorted by Elwing through the foliage and through a small clearing. You can just make out this woman who is just sitting by a rock with the flames. It's already at just before dawn. The flames are still going, and she's just sitting there. She seems a little agitated, like maybe this person is not showing up. The flames have been burning for a few hours, um, and this is what she looks like. Uh, she seems, I would, friendly would be a strong word for for the way she is. She's
Well, she's a
she's
ranger, so yeah.
seasoned. Yeah,
Mhm.
she's seasoned. She has quite a bit of gray in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
She's obviously has lived a rough life. But you are confident that she's a ranger and should be treat you with respect and be because you are, you know, most likely well behaved
Mhm.
from appearances. That she would. You feel safe that she wouldn't attack you if you revealed yourself to speak with her.
We could take her even if she did. I
So
don't have
we
any problem
will.
announcing our presence.
Yeah. We'll approach.
Yeah. What ho? We mean no threat here. We saw a signal fire and came to investigate from down the road. We were on our way to Tharbad.
She she looks in your direction, and you can see, as soon as you started to speak up, she seemed relieved, and then immediately disappointed when you started talking about who you were. And she says, This damn fool won't show up, I bet. I'm sorry for my rudeness. I've been waiting for someone for quite some time.
You're expecting someone from
Are
town? We're
are the
headed that
four of
way.
you? Oh, perhaps you ran into him. He's a kind of a scruffy-looking fellow. He goes by the name John Leaping. Did you happen to come across anyone like that? He's quite an overgrown beard, and he usually behaves quite like he's quite agitated.
A man? I'm afraid not. We haven't seen too many on the road from Bree. We ran into some wolves last night, though.
Yes,
The night
I
before.
saw that pack. Yes, I saw those orcs and that pack. I fortunately may have driven them in your direction if they caused you any trouble. I apologize for that.
No worry. No, we avoided them easily.
Yes.
So
learn from experience.
as you're talking to her, she seems to be, sizing up the four of you, and once the pleasantries and discussion of this person she's looking for and your encounters, she says, I don't mean to be rude, but what are the likes of four of you traveling to Tharbad for? You do know that they are not very friendly to visitors.
Well, to be honest, we were actually looking, kind of look at the other members of the fellowship I'm with, and we're actually looking for the help of a ranger. You wouldn't happen to be familiar with a dwarf named Daza, would you?
Oh, and you see a smile come over her face and says, I wasn't expecting you quite so soon.
Yes, we
In
skipped the side quest.
In fact, I'm quite familiar with Daza, and I suspect that the ranger that you're looking for is me. May I introduce myself? My name is Orithel, and she looks over the four of you and says, two dwarves and an elf. I should have known that it was you. I don't think I've ever come across quite a party quite as unusual as the lot of you. And I think we will stop there. You can have your conversation with Orithel and find out what the deal is with Tharbad.
Wonderful.
Maybe ask a little bit more about who this John a Leaping is, if you're interested.
What's the name? John a Leaping? Leaping?
Yes, that's what he goes by.
Okay, John a Leaping.
Yeah, so JON-A-Leaping.
Oh, like the song, okay. Except for it's a lord. Is it Lord John a Leaping?
Are there 8 of them?
You might consider himself a lord.
Or 9, or however many, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So once you talk to her and figure out if you're still going to Tharbad, and if you can, if you're not going to, you could end your journey here, and we could finish that roll at the beginning of the next session.
I think it depends on what she says.
But
yeah.
So once you talk to her, you guys can make a decision and figure out what we're going to do about your journey.
Because after this after this fatigue state, I'm going to be pretty high up there.
Okay, yeah, we can take a long rest here.
Because I'll have what?
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So let me just explain real quick how the fellowship phase works. So the adventure phase is what we've done so far. The fellowship phase is basically an extended break. You can think of it as, it could be like a couple weeks. It could be months. There is a particular fellowship phase at the end during the winter of each year that is supposed to be basically the length of the entire winter, and that is called the Yule fellowship phase. But we're in the summer right now, so the purpose of the fellowship phase is for you obviously to recoup or eliminate all of your weariness, or I'm sorry, your fatigue, not your weariness. Your weariness is a state. You could potentially get rid of the negative statuses that you got. So you would get rid of weariness. You could get rid of miserable if you have that, because you have so much shadow. And then you also have an opportunity to spend all of the XP that you've accumulated. So everybody's going to get 2 more XP of both types at the end of this session. And you can use that to bump up your skills and stuff like that, and potentially get additional virtues or rewards with your adventure points. So, and then
like
in addition
every
to that,
5 adventure points, you can make one of your valor or wisdom go up. Is that right?
yes, yeah, you can choose between those two. Yep. So if you increase your valor, you get a reward. If you increase your wisdom, you get a virtue. So that's why you have one. Everybody has 1 valor, 1 wisdom. That's why you each have 1 reward and 1 virtue. Now remember, if you pick a virtue, you'll get access to more virtues than the starting ones that you had to choose from. So it's less limited. And then the other thing that you do is you have an opportunity to pursue something for your character individually, like some sort of narrative, like RP type thing.
Mhm.
And you can also create something for the group, like a song. If you sing songs during your journey, you can reduce the amount of fatigue that you gain over the course of play. So that's another thing that you can do. And we record your songs in your fellowship token. So if you open up that fellowship sheet, you can see a list of songs. There's not any listed right now. So how you choose to do that, you unlock safe zones. So you have 2 safe zones. You have Mitchell Delving and you have Bree so far. And whenever you come to a point, not in the middle of combat, obviously you can't say, all right, we're going to start a fellowship phase. It has to be at a reasonable point in the storyline. You can automatically travel to whatever safe zone you've automatically unlocked and begin a fellowship phase. So if you decide that you want to recoup some of your, gain some XP, you could go all the way back to Bree and rest there for an extended period of time and do a fellowship phase. Potentially, depending on what happens, Tharbad might become a safe zone that you could just start a fellowship phase there as soon as you get there. But that's how it works. So you guys can make a decision. I guess you might want to think about it based off of what Orithel tells you.
Good.
Any questions on fellowship phases? Okay.
Not right now. Maybe when we actually get into it.
Yeah.
It'll probably be more.
Okay. Yeah. So it's there's not real. I don't believe there's any rolling or anything there. I mean, there might be in particular situations, but it's more just like an opportunity for you guys to rest and decide what your characters are going to spend time on outside of adventuring. All right. I will give everybody their XP. Hopefully Todd will be here next time and we'll have a full crew.
All right. Awesome.